I'd like to thank you for joining Massage Therapy Radio today. We have a special guest, Paul Elliot from Stretching Canada. Paul's going to talk to us today about the seminars that he offers, specifically the active isolated stretching. Could you give us more information on that, Paul?
Well, the seminars themselves are 3 days long. There's a 24-hour, 12 CEUs, and it's on active isolated stretching, which was developed by Aaron Mattis from Florida. And the course is divided into two major parts, one being how to stretch, learn the active isolated stretching technique for yourself, and then how to assist somebody else in doing the same stretching technique. So you can work on your client, but you can also teach your client how to do this for themselves.
So this is almost like a home care program for your clients,
almost.
Right? That they can continue on with.
Yeah, it's not just about flexibility, it's about empowerment as well.
Oh, very good, very good. And that's really what we're looking at in our industry, is trying to create a wellness environment for our clients.
Sure.
Wonderful. I also want to ask you today, what would the listeners like to know specifically about your product? I'm talking therapists themselves. How would your services benefit a therapist in the clinic environment?
Right. The active isolated stretching technique is a very new paradigm in the sense that a stretch never lasts any longer than 2 seconds, which is almost diametrically opposed to anything else that we've ever learned. I learned, the 30-second stretch. You stretch until it's stretched. Where active isolated stretches, it involves an agonist contraction, which sends a message to the antagonist muscle to release and stretch. And while that muscle is in a state of release or relaxation, we can just take it a little bit further, but we never let that stretch last for any longer than 2 seconds. After that 2-second point, the muscle starts to contract, and it becomes, not useless, but less beneficial. So this is the first, one of the first rules to the success of AIS. But when you stretch a muscle, and you stretch that deeply in places that you can't get to with soft tissue work, you can enhance any other soft tissue work, massage, myofascial work. It's hard to quantify. You can't say by 10.
Yes.
But the work that I have done with the active isolated stretching before I do a massage, it was like taking out a 50-watt bulb and putting in a 500-watt bulb. The result and the reaction from the client was extraordinary, and continues to be after all of these years of doing this.
And I assume that if it's having this type of reaction on a client, it's probably making it easier and causing less strain on the therapist too.
Absolutely.
So maybe they can go longer, or last longer. Right?
If I see 5 massages clients a day, it's tiring, and I might see 5 or 6 in a day. If I see 5 or 6 AIS or active isolated stretching clients, I can go on for the rest of the day. I can continue after the day to go for my long runs, and I can, sleep well, and I never hurt. But I'm also doing the stretching myself during the day, so my body's more prepared. But for the therapist just learning this, it's a much greater tool for them on their own body, as well as for the client that they're working on.
So what you're saying here is that this can help your longevity as a therapist.
Absolutely.
It also makes the work that you're doing on your client easier, because it's preparing the client more before you actually start maybe doing Swedish massage or whatever type of therapy that you're going to do. Well, that's really interesting. And you're offering your seminars are 3-day seminars, and you have some seminars coming up?
Yep, we have, there's one at the end of the expo, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the first of the month for 3 days in Ottawa, back in Montreal in the first of the year, and building seminars across Canada right over. We've got interest going now in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and on the other coast in different places in BC. So.
It's fantastic. You're very busy.
Very busy.
So it's good. You're bringing all these tools to therapists to help them improve their skills, help them their longevity, help them prepare clients better. You're really doing a lot, bringing resources to clients.
I think it's important to empower not just therapists, but have therapists and give them a tool to empower the client as well. And I think that's really what's going to promote the healing industry, if you will, and bring it to new heights.
Well, it's fantastic. It's great to have people like you in our industry.
Thanks
very much, Paul.
Thank you,
Thank
Scott.
you for joining us today on Massage Therapy Radio.